And we're live. Hey there, everyone. Steve here, filling in for Matt and Mike at Matt and Mike's X-Files CCG. We are continuing our coverage of the 2024 X-Files CCG virtual tournament. And believe it or not, we are down to the final game in the regular pre-playoff season. That's right. So we've gone through 20 games in the month of April, and we are now at the last one. So this will be the last game before we head into the finals. And before we head into the finals, Mike and I will be doing a live show where we'll assign everyone to their respective. We'll be assigning the 14 contenders for this tournament to their respective matchups for the first round. There will be 6 games for round 1. 6 games, and that'll include 12 of the 14 contenders. 2 of the contenders will receive a bypass for round 1, and those 2 are Jonathan Hagee and Stafford Parker, who both turned in an impressive 3-0 record for the pre-playoff season. So they're going to skip round 1, and then they're going to go straight to round 2. And so, as I said, we'll have 6 round 1 games when we kick off the playoffs. But like I said, you'll want to tune into this channel. Probably sometime this week, we're going to be scheduling that episode where Mike and I will be doing we'll be doing drawings of swords. I think we're still etching out the finer points of how we're going to do that. It might be the same style drawing we did before, or it might be something different. We'll have to wait and find out. So I'll talk to Mike about that. He's unfortunately working tonight, so he won't be able to attend. But yes, you'll be seeing him back here sometime this week. We'll get the dates in time for that drawing out to you guys in the Discord, as well as the X-Files CCG Facebook group. So if you're not in either of those at this point, definitely get in there, because that's where all the conversations are happening. That's where all the games are being scheduled and where we're debating all the finer points of these cards. So you really should be in there if you're not already. But I digress, because we got a game in front of us, and I'm sure you're here to watch this game as much as I am. So without further ado, let me bring in the 2 contenders for this final pre-playoffs matchup. And hailing from Illinois, we have Kurt Richardson, who is currently at 1-1 for this pre-playoff season. So he's hoping to go out on a high note. Kurt, how are we doing, my good friend? Oh, I'm sorry. I need to bring in your table. You got that one muted. Sorry, Kurt. Start over, because I didn't bring in your table.
Not a problem. I'm doing great.
Excellent. And I've seen your 2 previous games, so I know you're coming in with a really strong team, really strong deck. So your opponent may have his work cut out for him, but then again, I might say the same thing to you, because we also have John Yost, who also at this point has a 1-1 record. So you guys are even-footed as far as the standings go at this point. So one of you will be going away from tonight with a 2-1 record. One will be going away with a 1-2, which, again, because these are non-elimination games, they will only influence the brackets going into the finals. John, good to see you, my friend. You had a very impressive win against Matt Sauron last time, so that was quite a surprise. And you used, of all things, Mike's favorite equipment card, Queequeg, to help etch out that win. So Mike was very happy with that. I could tell just by seeing his reaction backstage. So that was quite a highlight for him for these pre-playoff games. So bravo on that, sir. You ready to throw down for tonight?
Sure.
Excellent. Both of you guys have already sent me your hidden X-File, so I've got them noted here. Name of the game, as it always has been, is to be the first to identify your opponent's hidden X-File. I will be sending myself backstage now, and you guys can call upon me should you have any questions. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thanks, David.
Okay, you want to roll a dice to see who goes first?
Well, I've been letting, because these are preliminary games, I've been letting my opponent make a choice.
I'm fine either way, whatever you want to do.
All right, go ahead and roll for it, and I'll take. Are you running dice?
Yep, 6-sider. So I'll do
even I'll go first.
Sounds good. It's a 1.
I haven't gone first yet, so it doesn't matter. It's all good.
No problem. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
So who are your agents today?
The agents today for me, I have Burke, I have Holstein, Fred Neuheimer, Manners, Henderson, and Bruckman.
I'm sorry. Oh, you said Manners. Okay, I got that.
Yeah.
And what was the last one?
Bruckman. Clyde
Hartman.
Bruckman. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. I will draw my free card. I will create my res. I get 1, 2, make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 res. And I will buy 1 card. And I will turn it over to you to buy and sell.
I do not see any cards I want to get rid of at this time, so I'm not selling or buying any additional cards.
I will go ahead and play a friend in the FBI. Put my 8 on it. And that will be the end of the briefing phase. No healing, no requisition. Deployment, I'm going to put everybody into the field. Let's go ahead and use Holstein's token right off the bat.
Oh, I thought you might. Okay, you have a Michelle Genu, a Langley, a Surfing Net, a Queequeg, a Richard Matheson, a Cellular Phone, and a Hard Evidence. No conspiracy cards.
None, okay. Then I can't pick anything, so we're all good on that. And I will play a site for 2. It is Striker's Cove. It's evidence collection 4 for an affiliation question.
Just a second. Okay, so what was again? I was distracted there.
Oh, no problem. It was evidence collection +4 for an affiliation question.
Okay.
And they're all going to investigate. So, let's go. Is your affiliation evolutionary?
Oh my. Let me grab my cheat sheet so that I can read more easily.
Oh, I'm telling you, I can't see anything.
Indeed, Kurt, you're doing quite well already. You've narrowed it down to affiliation.
So it is evolutionary?
Or, yeah, evolutionary.
Nice.
No conspiracy cards. Should have sold something, I guess.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 cards.
And I still have my 7.
That's it for my turn.
All right, good job. Okay, I'm going to draw my freebie. And let's see. Let me do my, is it the resource page that comes next? Let me just double
Yeah.
check.
Yep. You make your resource points next. And then
Okay,
you
let's
can
do those. We got 3, 4, 5. So I got 3 for Skinner. I'll take Blevins 2 in conspiracy. Then we've got 1 for Spiller and Lamont. Okay. And I think we're back to you then, right?
Yes, I am going to sell 1 card. Shotgun for 6. 6.
Which one was it?
Shotgun.
Oh, nice.
And I will buy 3.
I almost always see people using those for resource points rather than in the field.
And then back to you.
All right, let's do some things here. Let me get my counters on the people here so I don't forget those. Spiller gets one. Maynard gets a couple. And Kresge gets 1. Kresge is for health. Lamont is for looking for witnesses. And Spiller gives me, allows me to pay for a computer or looks like maybe science is part of it. Yeah. No one gets refreshed every turn. Okay. Yeah, right. Now, I think I'll go ahead and play my evidence to get myself 5 tokens for the cost of 2. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put a cell phone on a friend, Agent Skinner. That's a cost of 4.
Okay.
I'm going to play Michelle General. She gives me witness resource, gives me resource points for computer or democracy when they're played. She costs 3. And let's see what do we have left there. Sorry about my easy reader here. Okay. Since I actually forgot to try to get the site this time, this will be- all right. Senator Matheson, women's public for 3. Another witness. He gives me bureaucracy tokens. I guess there's no advantage to putting people in the field just yet. So I'm done. Turn.
Okay, I got a discard. I got 1 and 2. Discard. Okay, I will draw my card. Create my res. I get 5. 5. Use her token to find a site that asks a motive question.
What was it again? I'm sorry.
Her token here, I can go through my bureau deck and find one site that asks a motive question.
Oh, okay, great. At first, I thought you said I have this token, and now I get to ask a motive question. I'm like, I don't remember that one.
I'm going to play Deep Throat for 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Is your result death?
It is not.
And I will turn it over to you. Let me double check. Actually, I will buy 3 cards and then turn it over to you. 1, 2, 3, and you can buy and sell now.
All right. Well, I think I'll be buying a few cards. Let's buy 4 cards. And for these guys, I have a conspiracy point, right? We're taking.
And I'll use my 2 for friend and FBI.
Can I still buy, sell, or did that come first?
Yes.
Doesn't it? I would do that.
It's a buy sell stage right now. You sell first and then
I already bought. Yeah, so I bought my 4 cards and before I sold anything, but that's okay. All right. I wasn't really going to sell anything, I don't think, anyway. All right, I think it's up to you now to your plays.
Okay, so no healing, no requisition. Deployment, they're all still in the field. I'm going to use Bruckman's last token and look at your hand. I can examine your hand.
I'm sorry, I have too much echo here.
Oh, no problem. Bruckman's token, I can look at your hand and remove one card from the game.
And okay. Who's going to go away? You've got Queequeg, Langley, laptop computer, surfing the net, run for it, unexplainable time loss, or red tape.
Can you read those one more time?
I'm sorry. Queequeg, Langley, laptop computer, surfing the net, run for it, unexplainable time loss, or red tape.
Let's get rid of the Langley.
The Langley.
Yep.
Oh, he's out of the game. All right.
And I will play 2 sites for 3 points. The first one is Fairfield Zoo. That is an observation 4 to ask a motive question. The other one is the Excelsis Day Convolution Home. And that's an occult investigation 5 or criminal investigation 5 to ask one motive or method question. And do you have any bluffs?
Yes. Let's see I think the second one you mentioned, I'm going to play a bluff on.
The Excelsis Day Convalescence Home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has a bluff.
Okay.
And the other one, it's good to go.
Then I will send everybody to the one without a bluff.
It could be a wise move.
Yep. Do you have any adversaries or events?
I don't think I have anything that's going to interrupt your progress here. So you are good.
Okay. Motive. Is your motive survival?
It is not.
Not survival. Is your X file Dr. Banton?
It is.
Had a 1 in 3 shot.
It was a good guess.
Wow. Not quite as fast.
Not quite as fast.
Not quite as fast as that game with Nathan and Mike, but I think from a timing standpoint, actually, it might have actually gone faster because it's only like 23 minutes in. So fast game.
Kurt's in like the second turn, so he's doing great.
Yeah, and I mean, Kurt, you got
just luck.
First question, man. Of course, and it was a numbers game, of course. But you ask, you get an affiliation question. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be going evolutionary on that just by sheer numbers, of course, and it paid off. So yeah, that was a tough break coming right out of it. But also, John, it looked like all of the conspiracy cards must have been oriented towards the bottom of the deck. Not too many were coming up for those first few polls, huh?
Yeah, well, I could have sold some in the first round, I guess. I just thought, well, I got all those cards I can use. And I wasn't anticipating Kurt's ultra rapid start here.
I got kind of screwed in the first hand with the conspiracy stuff. I had an explosion and then 4 things to, if I needed to activate, if you could get rid of them. I was waiting as my first hand draw. So,
well, I ended up using the conspiracy tokens to purchase my cards. I didn't have enough to actually play some of my conspiracy cards when I drew them. So I couldn't hit you with the unexplainable time loss. And it was a little late to red tape.
And yeah, with Henderson and Burke out there, yeah, it was not, you weren't going to be able to scrape by with the sciences, a forced skill check, and hence why I think Kurt was anticipating that, because Kurt, you didn't you decided to go for Langley with the Bruckman token nonetheless. So I take it back though. Your new Black Cat did actually bring quite a bit of good luck. So yeah, well done on that again. So fast game. So yeah, you got a 2-1 record going into the finals. And so yeah, make sure that you're watching this week or turn into the recording later on, because that's where we're gonna, like those who have like the 2-1 records and the 1-2 and whatnot. They're the ones who are gonna. I think that's how Mike plans to orient them. I don't really know. That's why he's the brackets guy, and I'm just more like the day-to-day guy. So yeah, make sure to tune in to see like who you're going to be facing off for round one. So,
I have some curiosity here yet. Sorry, Stephen, I shouldn't have interrupted.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I
need to figure out your X file before you go away.
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, please. Yeah, right. 41 possibilities. You want to take a guess?
I will take one guess. And my guess is Eve.
Nope. BJ Morrow.
BJ Morrow. And actually, I think that was the first time that BJ Morrow has been used for this tournament. Not the first time Dr. Banton has. He was used at least once, and I think, that was Paul. Did not win with that one. Yeah, I'm just double checking, see if BJ Morrow has come up before. Yeah, no, I don't think she did. So yeah, first time for her, which is pretty cool. I love watching I love looking and seeing like, how I love looking at the games.
Everything, yeah. And I wonder how many people actually just played like randomly, just chose them, didn't even look. Like I said, that's just a random one I grabbed.
Yeah. That's usually what I do. The bluff was that you managed to avoid was "this has not happened," which would have discarded.
Oh, okay.
So nice move.
Nice.
And we saw a number of those forced discard bluffs getting played last night. And Kurt, knowing that you're a big spender with a lot of your cards, it's like that would have really cut into some of that that heavy spending that we've seen in some of your previous games. Yeah. So, all right. So, gentlemen, anything that you want to tease as far as like what your plans are for your deck? Obviously, this is a tournament and your opponents may be taking note of it, but what are you guys thinking? I mean, anything that you want to share as far as like your team goes, your deck goes, entirely new overhaul, maybe a little bit, maybe none at all. You don't have to say anything.
I'm not too worried about giving stuff away.
Me neither. I'm in this for fun, so I mean, I'm gonna take some of my stuff out. I got a few cards I want to remove, a few that I want to put in, but yeah, the majority I think is going to stay pretty much the same. I mean, there's maybe 6 or 7. I kind of want to get the deck down just a little bit, maybe get it to 65 cards or so, right in that area.
And what about you, John?
I'll probably end up maybe 20 to 30% out. Depends, unless I get real crazy. I will add in. I will put some of the ultra rares in the tournament deck just to kind of stay more competitive. So I'll put in the deep throats and that sort of thing for the tournament. So some of those obvious cards will go in, and then I'll probably mix up. I'm thinking about swapping out possibly 2 of my current investigation team and making a few other refinements. Definitely getting a couple of different adversaries.
I don't think I'm going to change any of my agents too much. I mean, I may, but I like what I've got right here now. I mean, they seem to be good. They get my res up that I need. I like their effects.
Yeah, it's a nice balance. I think going forward, people are going to be designing a little bit around the whole unexplained time loss thing. So I think people will have to design their decks to account for that, and maybe we'll see more science as a result, or ways of getting around PTL. Which is not earth-shattering to anyone playing the preliminary round.
Yeah, and we've had so many questions come up in the course of this tournament even just leading up to the tournament as people were starting to consider what they were including in their decks. And anyone who's been in our Discord community has seen the degree of questions that we have had regarding unexplainable time loss. And to be fair, I mean, these are questions that have been around. Like if you go back to like Kevin Marion's Angel Fire website, where it has that long-winded FAQ, you see unexplainable time loss come up in there, and with good reason, because it is a card that is a powerhouse, and and you see a lot of teams that don't have a whole lot of sciences to show for it. And that does make me wonder if we'll see maybe some more science heavier teams going into the finals, just knowing that pretty much everyone is going to be looking at including UTL in their decks. And so having, I think, for one thing, a team that can at least do a sciences 4 skill check, that's your first line of defense, on top of the usual stuff like Frohickeys and No One So Paranoids and whatnot to counter that. And of course, maybe some witnesses as well.
Yeah, we saw Bambi last night kind of come in and save from a UTL.
Mm.
Yes, we did. We saw Dr. Bambi with a sciences save just last night. So, for me, that is probably going to be, that might be my favorite game of the 21 that we saw, just because I'm a big fan of witnesses. I know a lot of people aren't. I think they're underrated, and they don't get as much love as they should. But tonight, and it is very surprising, especially like in that instance when it wasn't like as a result of a manners token. It was very impressive and speaks to strong deck building when you can have a very narrowly focused deck, so that any card you pull up might just be the card that gets you out of that jam. So I was very impressed with that. So I thought it was a very worthwhile win for Sky, just because of with that, kind of like in the same way that Mike felt, John, your win against Matt the other day with Queequeg with an assist was a very spirited one. So again, bravo on that. So you guys have all had some very impressive games. So it's hard to pick favorites, but then I'm just thinking of some of the more recent ones. There's those spotlight plays that I think when I look back on this tournament, months from now, some of those games will stick with me. But this is just the regular season. We got lots of more to come. So at this point on, gentlemen, start thinking about your some changes to your decks, and we'll give you more information on when to get them to us. Some of you might be going back to the rule book or to the rule sheets that we submitted and looking at the tournament rules for refining decks. So, in fact, I think it was either Kurt or Chris. One of you asked me just today. So, you can after your first 3 pre-playoff games have concluded, and as of now, that is the case for all 14 of you. You can change your deck up to deck/team up to 2 times during the finals. So now everyone at this point is able to change up their decks, and we just want to make sure when you do, prior to that game where you're going to be using that revised deck, just make sure you send it to me, and then that way I'll have a chance to have it up on my screen here with all the new stats and stuff on there. So yeah, that's it. You can do it up to 2 times during the tournament. So so some food for thought. I don't know if you have any other questions going into the finals at this point, gentlemen. But I'll be happy to tackle them if you have any.
I don't have any. I mean, you've answered everything I've ever asked, so.
Excellent. Well, between Mike and I, at least between the two of us, we should have the answers ideally. All right. So yeah. And so, Mike, I'm sure, if you're watching from work, I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I enjoyed adjudicating it. It was a quick one, but it was still just one of those illuminating ones that is going to certainly inform players going into the finals on what they might need to hopefully be able to counteract some of those powerhouse cards that we do see. And I want to also thank everyone who was tuning in, Dan Abbott, Dave Meyer, anyone else who didn't chime in. Thank you so much for tuning in for this live matchup, especially since I was a little slow on figuring out exactly what time it was. So I commend everyone who was able to tune in kind of on the fly. And of course, I want to thank Kurt and John here as well. So thank you guys for availing yourselves on this Sunday night. And parting words before we call it a day?
Thanks. I mean, this tournament's great. I can't wait to get into the actual tournament itself.
It was
Excellent.
a bit down, but thank you for it anyway.
Excellent. Well, I mean, everything at this point, slates are wiped clean. So you guys, you guys have got a chance to see what works and what doesn't. So that means now going forward, I mean, this is where the stakes are going to come in. So, now you kind of get a sense of what you can do with your decks and your teams to hopefully make them even more formidable than what we've seen up to this point. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what sort of changes you guys have. And so I'll be doing a lot of comparing and contrasting between your pre-playoff deck and the ones you bring into the tournament. So that'll be interesting to see, just the thought processes that go into it. And of course, if you guys wish, you can always avail yourselves to ask. You can ask questions of Mike and I. If we're happy to give out tips, for whatever they're worth. I don't mind throwing in my 2 cents. If you have like a question about a certain combo or something, or feel free to throw questions our way. We're always happy to answer. I love talking about this game on the channel as well as off. So do hit us up if you have any questions.
Not a problem.
All right, and I will just sign up for this evening, and then everyone, if you guys don't mind, give us a little bit of the finger guns, because this, after all, Matt and Mike's X-Files CCG. Or pull up the picture. There you go, John. Very nice. So, I'm Steven, and we'll see you next time on Matt and Mike's X-Files CCG. Have a good night, everyone.
See everybody later.
Peace out.
All right.